hear what they have to say about that topic. But let's talk about rest. And when you say take a break, I just remembered we talked about rest and creatives and how we sometimes walk ourselves into the ground. Fine, we love what we do. It's easy to get carried away and not know that we're overworking.
Yeah.
Imagine shooting a wedding and coming back home to retouch and not sleeping well and not sitting properly. Like you mentioned, Mofe on my chair now. She was like, my chair is not good enough for my back.
No, your chair is not good.
Right? So, we are stressing both our mental and physical bodies, and how important is it that we find time to rest? And, how do we put this rest into our daily lives? Off the bat, man, I'll just say that I feel like a lot of people are probably not charging enough. That's why you're too busy.
No.
No, I have a friend who is really, really busy. The person is really, really busy and they're shooting all the time. And, I know what they charge and I feel like, okay, your work is better than this and you should be charging more.
Yeah.
If you're charging more, you wouldn't be this busy. You'll have more time to rest. And I really believe that is true because it happened to me where there was a year where I was really busy and I worked almost throughout the year and I didn't have anything to show for it at the end of the year. It's even worse when you have more jobs, right? Like, I would even do one look for 100K. But when someone says I have to do 5 and it's not only 500K I'll get, I'm like, it's too much stress. At that point, it doesn't make sense anymore.
But that one would have been okay.
That one would have been okay. Do you understand? So, but and we want to make more money, but make more money is not necessarily pedal more and do so many more looks at a low price. At the end of that year, I said, okay, I don't have any money. What I'll say is that this year, for example, is the year where I have actually walked the list in terms of like taking up my camera and shooting. I've made more money this year than I've ever made in previous years. And I feel like that should be the goal. If your goal is also to be very commercial and, get more people in, then it shouldn't be you doing all that physical work. You should have people on ground that can, if that is your goal and your business structure.
Yes.
But if you are more of an artist like me and, you want to shoot everything yourself, you also want to edit it, put your own sauce in it, everything. You can't be afford. I don't want to shoot every day. I don't want to, I want to do maybe 1 or 2 shoots a week and I'm done. Really, so that we can have time to have this kind of podcast and discuss.
This guy, you like gist.
Yeah. So, but what do you think about rest and creatives and rest?
So, if you want to talk about a workaholic, I have lived it, I've experienced it, and I must say, like you said, if only say with the year word, they would have been. People were telling us. I'm sure a lot of people have. It's not. I've not told. I'm not the only person that I've told you. And a lot of people have told me, Mofe, you need to rest. I'm like, I'll rest. Don't worry, I'm taking a vacation. You see that vacation? I'm not resting.
Yeah, working.
I am still editing a few pictures in that vacation. So one day I sat down and I just said, you see this 2021, and it started 2021 for me. I'm not taking jobs anymore on Sundays. Though I took some more, because
money's got to be made.
I even did one reel like that. What was it? I told the woman that, we don't open on Sunday, but don't worry, we'll take the premium package. Like, we're open.
We're open on Sunday.
We're open on Sunday.
Let's collect the millions.
No. But yes, we can break the rules sometimes. But the thing, what I've realized is taking good care of myself because it's my body that is doing the work. Now, we don't recognize that it's our body that is doing the work. We're just thinking that it is free. Like, I still get energy.
I can still do it.
I can still do it. But you do not know that it's your body. You have to take care of. It's just like saying that where you cook your food, you don't want to clean the space. You don't want to arrange the space before you cook. Or I don't know if you get me. You need to take care of that body well. So it's efficient for a longer time. Even generator, you have to service your generator. Your generator will pack up. So talk less of your own body.
Your own body, yeah.
So it's very important that even generator has to rest at some point.
Yep.
So it's important for your body to rest. Haven't you noticed that? Have you tried this thing before? You just wake up in the morning, you just brush your teeth and edit. How does the edit go? Smooth. But after a while, you get tired because you've not had enough rest. So imagine you had enough rest and you now say you want to work. Check how efficient for that day.
You'll be more creative.
You'll be a lot more creative because resting your brain means that you are allowing the blood to flow easily to that nervous system that is upstairs there. And of course, it can communicate whatever it needs to do to the rest of the body. If it cannot be able to do that, you will break down. That's why you say you have malaria. You don't have malaria, you're stressed out.
You're stressed out.
You're only just stressed out. Your immune system just broke down. And that's
Yeah.
where you now started falling sick again. It says malaria. You are not, really, there was a time I thought I had malaria. I just slept. And I had enough fluids and a lot of,
And you were fine.
and I was fine in like 2 days. So rest is just very important. Taking care of your body is very, very key. But how did I do my own? After I said I'll stop taking jobs on Sundays, start to do my routines in the morning. I don't joke with my routines in the morning. And when I fail to do my routines in the morning, I actually have a very
Choppy day.
scattered day.
Yeah.
I noticed it. But whenever I do my morning routines, I want to just have my morning time, read a book, have tea, do some yoga, like a lot of people see, or work out, have time for my dog, I garden. I just give myself some me time to relax before my work, before I go to my workspace. So when I started to do routines, I got better at work. And I now know that I am, it is me first. Like,
Before
my priority.
anything else.
I've heard this thing online, me
But you
first.
do not-
But now
you do
it
not
seems
do
just
it.
they click. It's like it is because if you are not healthy and vibrant and alert, you will not be able to shoot creatively. So you have to be sure. So sometimes I will say I want only 2 jobs this week because I have certain amounts of retouch to do and deliver. So I will take 2 jobs this week so that I can efficiently deliver. And those 2 jobs that are coming in are the ones that we pay. I don't know if you get me. Of
Yeah.
course, if there are some low times, you have to take some jobs in to recover so that you can be able to pay the bills for the month. But where am I saying is that you should try and be able to balance resting. Siestas, take your naps,
Yeah.
as many as you can. I try to close sometimes. I try to close at least 9 o'clock, or sometimes I do overnight. But I make sure I recover my 8 hours or my 9 hours sleep.
Yeah. So something just came to my mind, and I feel like that's why a lot of people are stressed out, and a lot of people like to work back to back.
Yeah.
There is this mentality where people have that, you have to do hard work to make money. You have to, be busy to make money. And people even glamorize the hustle now, where maybe you and I are having a discussion. I'm like, your own is even small. I did this back to back to back. I had shoots in the morning, in the evening. I know, and we
Tell
take pride in that. And I'm
Nah.
like, okay, what is your goal? Is your goal to be lauded and praised for how much work you did? Or is your goal to actually make money and have delivered the work? And I can't really blame people, because I believe that because of the way we are brought up through
Yes.
school and everything, it's really structured. They ingrain it in our minds that you have to work. They give this structure of work where you have to do this, you have assignments, you have school, you have
Yeah.
assignment, and that's the only way
Yes.
to pass and be successful. But now we're in the free world where really you can do anything you want to do. If you want to do that, you want to do only 3 shoots in a year, self, and make all the money. There's some people that shoot only 10 weddings in an entire year.
Yeah.
There's some people that shoot less than that. They still make more money than you. But we have this mentality where we feel like we have to hustle.
There's
And
this,
I feel like we need to break that.
you have to break that cycle.
Yeah.
There's this prayer I pray, or rather, if it's an affirmation, where I say that, may I never find myself vulnerable when I'm resting.
You feel guilty when you're resting.
I hate it. When I'm resting tonight,
I want to
I'll be like,
rest.
I want to walk.
And you'll be like, oh God.
Say I'm not
I
doing
might
something.
do something wrong.
I have not edited this picture.
That happens.
You see that prayer? May I never feel vulnerable when I'm resting, because I need to rest.
Yeah.
Why do I glorify? I hustled Monday, Tuesday to Saturday and Sunday. Please tell me how much you earned.
How much did you earn? So yeah, that's very interesting. It happened to me recently where there was this weekend where I didn't have any jobs, and I was just at home. I was playing FIFA almost the entire weekend.
I
Playing
need
FIFA,
to start playing games. I'm getting boring.
watching this series, binge watching series, and so from Friday by Sunday I was feeling bad. I was feeling guilty, and I'm like, listen, allow yourself to rest now. allow yourself to rest.
No.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
it.
It's not until you are doing something every day before you can be
That does not
successful in life.
justify that you are
Yeah.
successful
So
working every
I
day
feel
of
like
your
actually
life.
being more conscious about the work you're doing, being more intentional, can even get you further than deciding that you just have to work every day. Because you're working every day and you're just doing random stuff
Yeah.
that's not getting you anywhere, then it's wasted effort.
There was even a time because do you know that I literally resume work 9 o'clock. I still do it. Sometimes 10 o'clock. If I when it's 10 o'clock, there was a time that if I resume work 10 o'clock, I'm feeling bad.
That you're late.
So when I now get to the office 10 o'clock, then I start retouching around 1 p.m. You know what? When you get to the office, I will do this, NEPA, buy lights, do this. After doing all those, you now realize that you started editing 1 p.m. You just be like, I should have started like 10 o'clock. I started giving myself unnecessary targets as if there is one organ at the top telling me that you have to calm down. And the only crazy part, you know what I've noticed? When we have clients that do fast track services with us, do we deliver?
You find a way to deliver at the
You
end.
find a way to deliver. So why am I stressing myself when I have clients for 2 weeks? That's the problem. I don't know where I find myself vulnerable, scared, having anxiety. Oh, I need to go. I just woke up in the morning. Shit, I need to do Mrs. Balogun's pictures. They need to be delivered in 2 weeks. But there's time now. And you still have other pictures to deal with. So that's these anxieties and all that. They're the ones making us feel that we're not good enough. They're the ones making us feel that we're not creative enough. Because we feel that we are not delivering. So you're already giving yourself negative energy of saying you're not doing enough, and it will be affecting your mental space.
Yeah, it does affect. So next we'll talk about mental health, but
Yeah.
we create. I know we're not mental health professionals, but we just talk about our experiences
Yeah.
and how, it has affected us in our work. Next topic we're talking about is mental health with creatives. And, social media again is a problem.
So,
It's a big problem. Everybody's feeling like I'm not doing enough, I'm not good enough, or people are feeling, a certain way because other people are pressing their neck. The pressure is getting worse.
getting worse.
The pressure is getting worse, and I think that creatives have to find out that social media, I know we say this all the time, but the people hear it, it's highlights. It's highlights of another person's life. It's the best points that they put out there. And you start to compare somebody else's highlights with your own entire story, and sometimes you feel like, okay, you're not doing enough or you're not good enough. We heard a couple of months ago, there was a photographer that committed suicide in Abuja. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah.
So how
That was really sad.
yeah, that was really sad. And the question is, what can we do? And mental health is just a topic that I feel like we need to talk about, even outside of creatives and all of that, because a lot
I
of
think
people are
something we should
suffering.
talk every day. Every day, because it's this place that takes care of every other thing, right? So if this is okay, every other part of the body is okay. Wait, you see, the brain and the stomach, they are connected. If you eat, your brain is happy. How will I put it generally? If your mental space is okay, every other thing will be all right. You'll be creative at your work, your business side, you'll be able to coordinate every other thing and all of that. But where we are going to is the mental aspect on how we can be able to manage it, or how we can, because mental health is very broad.
Yeah, it is.
It's very broad. The whole social media influence that's affecting the mental health is just 1/10
Of
of
it.
everything that is surrounding what mental health is all about. But creatives are the ones that are going through a lot of that, because it comes with it comes with passion. The work that we do comes with love. It comes from what we are doing from inside, and when we do that, you feel like, because you're seeing another person's on, the comparison is making you feel like what you're doing is not enough. Hence, it's putting you on another skill that you need to do better. You need to do that when you've not realized that everybody is different, and why you are here, or why you are here as an artist, or what you're supposed to do as an artist is different from the other person's objectives or goals. Your own goals are different from that other. But because we don't realize to discover ourselves, now I'm not saying it is that easy. It's not easy for you to just wake up in the morning and say, okay, I will do this and I'll be fine. It comes with constant practice and exercise to get you mentally stable. You have to be stable. It is not that you have a cure to mental health. No, it's being stable, because these things will come, because there's so much going on that will trigger you, that will make you feel either depressed or having anxieties. Every one of us are having anxieties, and it's actually a mental health issue.
Issue.
You
Yeah.
know, but we don't see, here we say
And that's what I
we'll
was
just
going to
say go
say
better.
earlier, that the way mental health is looked at here is that, okay, you shouldn't be sad, you shouldn't be depressed, you shouldn't have
Yes,
anxiety. Just man up and fix it. So,
exactly.
but I think having people to talk to, as opposed to having maybe professionals to talk to, just having friends and
But my question to everybody there is, why are you feeling the way you do? We don't question why we feel the way we do. So if you question it and answer, if you can't answer them, but at least write the questions. Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling like I'm not good enough? Question what you do. What you're doing, is it good? Is it that maybe you don't love what you're doing, or you don't like what you're doing? I think questioning it is another way to find yourself out of it and be able to stabilize yourself, talk to people like you said, and all of that. But I also want us to also look at exercises, because it is not only your body that needs exercise. Your mental health needs
your
exercise. You need
mind.
mental exercise. You need mind exercise. So what are those exercises that you have to give your mind? Because what you are doing to your mind, you are exhausting it. Meanwhile, you're not recovering. When you are working out, you work out,
Then you do
then you
recovery.
do recovery. But we're not doing a lot of recovery work. And that is part of the mental exercise. All we do is walk, walk, walk. The only exercise every one of us is doing is sleeping.
The only recovery, you mean?
The only recovery we
Yeah.
are doing is
It's
sleeping.
sleeping.
But we don't do other things.
Like what? For example, I know you do
I
yoga,
do
you do
yoga, I do
shape.
gardening. I stay in touch with other things that I love. I've started getting in touch with painting. I have a book now where I just paint. It relaxes me. So we need to do a lot of things that relaxes the mind to recover from the stress.
That we're
Apart from
putting our mind
sleeping,
under, yeah, apart from sleeping.
take a walk in the park, go to the beach. Things that will relax is your brain. So relaxing your brain is actually a mental exercise. And it has a way of getting you in tune to yourself, and also seeing other things that you can do apart from what you're doing. Because you're not only gifted with just one thing. God cannot just give you one gift. He gives you numerous. It's not left for you to open those portals and say, let me try other things. So that's why sometimes it feels like you're doing just one thing. Discover other parts. It could be that you love sweeping. You enjoy cleaning. It could be anything. So people need to discover other parts, other sides of them, other potentials, other gifts that now the world has made it easy for us to be able to express ourselves with just a phone, and you can record and express whatever art that you love. There's so many things that you can do, and you can put it up online, and people will love what you do. If that is what you are, because a lot of people love attention. So if you want that attention, why don't you try other things that you love, and people will love what you love.
So that's really
So
interesting.
it's a
But
lot
I'll
of
still
that.
encourage, for me, I know that what works for me is, I try not to isolate myself as much as possible. I have like a close circle of friends. I have people that I know I can talk to. Even if it's not just about talking about my mental health, but just people to discuss with, people that can relate to what you're going through, other creatives as well, that you can say, this client stressed me, or this is what happened, this is what happened. Just
That's
talking,
another thing again that affects a
talking
lot
to
of creative
people,
people.
yeah, talking to people helps. It helps a lot to know that, okay, you're not alone in this. Other people. There was a day I was talking to, I think it was Emmanuel, and I was just saying, oh, more this year I feel like I've not done enough. I've just been, I feel like, more like, what's wrong with you? Like, can you come down and actually look at your year and see all the things you've accomplished? Like, we have to give ourselves kudos. We have to clap for ourselves.
Yes, yes.
So sometimes your friends or people around you would help to make you see a different perspective, and that
Yeah.
can go a long way in helping. But I still would recommend to anybody that if you feel like you're having any mental, don't be afraid to speak out. I don't know about mental health professionals in Nigeria. Maybe I'll look for resources
There are lots of
for
them
that.
online
Yeah,
actually,
you
and they're actually looking for people to help.
to help.
Honestly, they even have hotlines. If you call them, they will attend to you like pretty fast.
How are you, my
It-
friend?
But where I'm going to, I wanted to say something about the mental part, which I've already forgotten. I think came up on my mind, but maybe later on, if I remember, I'll probably put it up again. And okay, yeah, I wanted to say something. So after I went for a trip, I went for a job in France, and KLM lost my luggage, had all my equipment lost, and that was a trying time in my life. Like, I had my hand luggage, I had my cameras and other things, but I took a lot because I was going to go and shoot family. So when you're shooting family, you're carrying loads of lights and all of that. And I was going to a place where language, I can't speak Francais because I want to rent lights. So
Mama.
let me just carry my thing. And my client was willing to pay for the luggage or for the extra. So I went with it, and KMLM did their thing, and I lost my luggage. I came back to Nigeria, and thanks to Camera Joint, I was able to support. I was able to buy another new set of that. Or of course, he was able to help me to do that instrumentally, which I've finally paid. I can say that publicly. So I bought a new set of cameras. A new set of equipment, lights, and all of that, soft boxes. To I don't want to think about it. Do you know, after that, I had a breakdown. I literally had a mental breakdown. And I did not shoot for a month. I didn't take jobs for a month. I don't know if I told you. I think I told some people. I didn't take. I was at home. I was in Nigeria. And I said, I will not work this month. I told my assistant, please, no job this month, because my mental health is very. Because if I shoot the way I was feeling with editing and delivering, I don't know how I was going to do it, because I would not shoot anything creatively, because I was feeling like I've lost so much. Some virtue left me. So much money left me.
I can't even imagine.
So much. So I had to take that time for myself, and I didn't take a job. I didn't take jobs for a month, and I got back to business, and nothing. I'm still good. So it's very important for us to take care of ourselves. Though I was feeling vulnerable, like I'm supposed to be working, but I knew that I shouldn't be doing that to myself by working in the state I was in. So yeah.
Okay, so I have this question to ask though, because I know that we'll probably have some viewers that are maybe not in the level that we are currently in our photography, where you can afford to take a month and not shoot. Maybe somebody that's looking for a job, and then it's down now that month that the job now comes. What would you say to someone that is just starting out? How do they manage rest? How do they manage their mental health? Is it the same thing? Should they just?
The same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
But it's hard to explain to somebody who is just coming up.
It's just coming up. So, if you're starting photography right now and you're trying to, I know that you want to make money, right? It's very important to make money, but you also need to understand that you have to be careful with your deliveries. You have to be careful with your creative efforts, especially at your first start. Because when you do that, you are concentrating on your quality, right? And making sure that you're able to deliver at a certain pace that you can. But if you are doing a lot and you cannot, if you can do a lot and deliver, fantastic. You have the strength and energy. Your style is selling like that, But you also have to remember that you need to rest. Then also, it is how you charge. Now, what are your bills in a month? A lot of us don't know our bills in a month. Me, I know my bills in a month already.
It's plenty.
So I have to make sure that I give myself salary in a month. My salary in a month is not a happy thing. I deserve more. But what I'm collecting in a month is okay, no problem. At least I'm surviving. So you have your salary in a month. Know what you need for yourself in a month. The money that you need to recover for maybe your batteries or whatever you are buying, the accessories, then the bills that you're going to pay in a month. The moment you can sort that out and you still have another salary as savings in your account that can last you to the next month, and you say you want to take a break, why not?
But what if you have not made any money?
Okay, so if you have not made any money, so now that's a different thing, If you have not made any money, you have to hustle. You have to do projects. You have to push it all out for you to do those content.
Yeah.
And you have to live with the means that you are in. You have to live in it.
So cut your quote according to your size.
Do not rush into because everybody's running a studio, so I should have a studio. You go and borrow money. No,
Please don't do that.
Don't do that. You don't want to do that to yourself. You can share studio spaces with people. A lot of photographers started with that. I know a lot of photographers who did that, and they've all grown and they started their own outfit together and they're doing fantastic. So it's the power of improvisation too. They should also look into and try to see cheaper ways to bring in money for themselves, but not looking at, oh yeah, you're going to get there. You will definitely get there, not small. So it's just, I understand the pressure. It's getting worse.
It's pressure.
It's pressure. But really, don't let that pressure get into
all
you.
right, let's move on. So, Mofe, you're a vegetarian.
Hey, God.
You know I was going to go there.
Yes, because I ordered food today. I did not believe that there's no meat inside. How will you eat food? There's no meat.
Let me just ask you first, when did you become a vegetarian?
I became vegetarian in 2000. I started in 2018, but I was
you
a
were like,
bit... Yes.
You go see chop meat sometimes.
I go see chop meat, you know. In fact, I started with a keto diet, which I didn't like how I was breaking out my face because of too much oil.
Okay.
Then I stopped the keto diet. Then I traveled to Germany. I met a friend who I was sharing an Airbnb space.
Travel to France, travel to Germany. It's okay. We'll get there. This is part of the pressure that we're talking about.
No, I don't like today's travel. I spend money in traveling. Like I invested in travel because I love it. So I can save money very well for traveling. I can save 2 years for the travel. My first travel I ever did, I saved for 2 years for it. I had a personal bank. I said, you see this money, we are traveling to SA. I saved for it and I went to SA. That was my first, I think, major travel. I've traveled before then. Dubai was like normal thing. But I wanted to do
Dubai is normal thing.
Like
it's
Dubai,
okay. I'm just whining.
Dubai is like global. Everybody's.
I've not gone before. It's not everybody. I've not gone to Dubai before. So,
okay. It's because you didn't like it. That's why you're not going to Dubai.
Okay.
You love Dubai. You go.
But so we're talking about your. So when did you start? So you said you started.
So someone introduced it to me. She was a roommate in that Airbnb space, and she was like, "Oh, we could join food and we could cook together." If you don't mind, you can make it cheaper. I was like, hey, euro is cost. Why not? I will contribute money and we'll be cooking together. And she said she was vegetarian and her food was amazing. Like without meat, it tasted really nice. And we talked about why being vegetarian is good. And I did my own research and I realized that, okay, it has a way, the protein that we think is protein is not actually protein.
How was the journey into becoming vegetarian? How has it helped you health-wise?
Being
all of us that were
vegetarian.
eating meat, are we going to die young?
No, but there are a lot of people that my grandpa ate meat and left. And my grandpa lived for 95 years old, right? And was eating meat. But I feel he could have lived longer now if he was vegetarian. But really, just do what works for you. I feel it's not about being a vegetarian. It's about
being conscious about your health.
Yes, conscious eating. You should be able to know that your food, you see, everything you are eating, the body will only pick up the nutrients and everything is waste. Even the plant-based food and everything, the carbohydrates and all of that, it will take out the waste. So the most important thing is, this thing I'm eating, what's it giving my body? So you have to do research on your foods, how it is beneficial to your health or how it's giving your body the right nutrients it needs. So, of course, where you can derive a lot of nutrients is plant-based foods because, of course, anything that is coming straight from the ground has loads of vitamins that, that are good for your vitality, like your general health. Everything is in plants. So, yes, that's where the old vegetarian diet was being inspired from. And I must say that it's a wonderful journey. Everybody can see how I look.
Yeah, you look really good. So
that's
where I was going to ask again is that, so I knew that you went through
a lot of stages,
a lot of stages, and you lost a lot of weight.
So it's not really about weight.
It's not about the weight, I know.
Look at me now. I'm okay with my weight. I really don't want to get skinny. I like it chubby. I like meat. So I like
you like thick.
I like it thick. Please. I'm an African woman. I want some thickness, I know that is attractive, so that's why I like it. I don't like skinny. I don't think it fits me. But, the most important thing, like I always say I even tell my brothers, if you can carry yourself, if you wake up in the morning, you feel good. Whenever when you're having a headache, your tummy is aching, your body is sending you messages to tell you that you need to take care of that particular signal in your body. It needs to get some vitamins to take care of that. So it's conscious eating. Now you don't have to wait till your body gives you triggers before you can take care of it. You have to take care of it so that it can fight whatever it needs to do, because the body is already created to heal itself. The only thing you need to do is just give it its vitamins. And of course, feeding itself, giving it the old vitamins and all of that will also help you in your workspace.
In your workspace,
if you are healthy, you will work. I can't remember vividly when I didn't turn out or I didn't go to work because I was ill. So you have to make your body prepared and able and strong and available to work at the time that you need to. So taking care of yourself, like I say, is conscious eating. Let's not look at vegetarian diet. There's going to be a lot of inspired diets, right? But I've chosen this path because it's working for me. My skin got better. I usually have a lot of breakouts, and I was able to find out that it was because of the high cholesterol that was in my system and my food, and that was what was giving me all those breakouts. And I was able to, reverse that by eating well. And I've decided, because I don't like makeup, and I didn't like that I had to be putting a lot of makeup on my face every time. So I like this no makeup.
Yeah, you look good.
I still like my black spots. It's part of the journey until the time everything is, totally faded out. And that's it.
Okay.
Enjoy my journey.
Yeah, so let me just ask this question. And this is a question I want to ask everybody that comes on the podcast. Is photography enough? I know you're balling, you're making money.
Hey, stop.
Mofe is balling, guys. He's balling.
I don't have a car. I want to buy a car.
It's because of the one you want to buy. You want to buy 15 million naira Benz. See my own Kwangolo car downstairs. If you want to buy that one, sure you cannot buy it.
I can't buy that car.
That's so. But so the question is, I know that we went from, there was this part where you're like, photographer,
Yeah.
I went to the part where, we saw people were successful with photography. Then our backs on that part, we're like, okay, is this thing enough?
Yeah.
But what do you think?
So, see, we can't do this photography forever, can we? No, I've been asking myself that question.
Yeah.
Can I really do this forever?
So you can't really do it forever. So I think you have to have like a plan.
No. See, can we do this forever? It's left you to answer that you can do this forever. If you say you want to shoot till when you're 90, it's the power of the mind.
Yeah, but the kind of shoot you'll be doing when you're 90, hopefully for your case,
now,
it's not going to be what you're doing.
One shot.
That's why
take care of your children.
That's why I was saying that we have to have, bigger ideas and bigger plans for, what our photography is going. Me, for example, I'm thinking that in the next 20, 30 years, I don't want to be shooting in this person's birthday portrait. I want to shoot some people's birthday portrait, but they have to have money.
Yes.
People that will pay me the money.
Yes.
I'll be really expensive, but I want to sell my pictures. I want to create art pieces. Like I said, I'm an artist before I'm a photographer, and I want to create art pieces. I want to be able to sell my work, and that's like where I see myself going. And all of this I'm doing is just a means to that end. But what's really tricky is that if you want to now go outside of photography, maybe something else, that might. But photography is a very, very jealous profession.
That was what I was trying to say earlier when we were discussing. I was saying that photographers we need to get up. When you're feeling stuck, it means that you need to check other parts. There are a lot of things that you need to discover about yourself aside photography. When you were in school, there are a lot of things that you could put your hands on that. Do you know a lot of people that could paint when they were younger, they can't paint anymore? Because they thought that what's inside this painting, and they just left it. There are a lot of talents that we have. They need to discover it. And you'll be shocked that you might just love being a mechanic. You love cars. No,
I want to be a baller. I don't want to be a mechanic.
So do you understand? Yeah. We need to discover the things that we love aside from photography. You might love cars. Okay, if you love cars, what are those things you want to do with cars? You don't have to sell cars. It might be that you want to even start creating content with cars, or you want to start selling products for cars, or you want to even be a mechanic. It can be anything. Even okay, take for instance, I'm let me use myself an example. I'm in that journey right now because, to be honest, I can't do business. I cannot buy and I can't be going to Lagos Island to buy and sell anything. I never saw that in my dream. It's not even going to. They will not be pricing it. Now 2 for 200. I don't know how those people do it, But I am trying to look out for things that I love. And I've been writing, I have a love note that I give myself, things that I love. And I've been seeing so many things that I can do with those things that I love. Everything that you love, you can make money from it. Anything that you love. In fact, we have a platform which is just on our hands to just showcase these things. And you'll be shocked. You can make money with anything that you love. If somebody can just love twerking and make money,
Jesus.
please, please, why can't I sell anything I love?
She said it's twerking.
No.
Okay, yeah, but I agree,
Yeah.
and it's really interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
Me, for example, I've always known that I wanted to speak. Yeah, I like to speak, I like public speaking, even though I've never really had a platform to speak, but this is me exploring
Where you're going
that.
there, exactly.
So, I want to encourage every creative out there, whether you're a photographer or you're a makeup
You
artist or
should.
something,
You should.
just try to dabble in something else that you love.
Yeah.
You never really know where it will go. Most times at the beginning, it looks small. Like when I started photography, for example, it was small. I never imagined that I'd get to where I am today. So, whatever other little passions you have, try and feed them. Don't just let them.
Yes, that's
don't just let
that's
them die.
where photographers should start looking at in discovering other talents and gifts that they have. What are other? I want to ask you.
Oh,
What other talents do you have? I saw you playing guitar one day. Come, release album.
that's so.
You see?
That ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. So I used to play the guitar and I even played the violin at some point.
You see?
But yeah, I sold my violin when I wanted to buy my first camera.
Sad.
Yeah, but it's a hobby that
It's not a hobby. It was something that you love. How would you buy violin? Who buys violin?
I just thought it was cool.
You just thought it was cool. That's why you bought it.
Yeah.
You loved it now.
Maybe I should buy again.
You should buy again. No, I think you should go with that guitar. That violin. I can't imagine you playing violin.
Oh, it's very nice.
I thought, no, maybe your hair. I don't know. You know those violin people, they're always wearing suits. They cut their hair. They look smart.
No. It's not all those types. Those ones are they are too
They are too serious.
They are too serious. So what actually inspired me, I can't remember who the violinist was, but someone that he actually played, hip hop and other stuff apart from classical music on the violin,
Yeah.
and it sounded really good. So that was what inspired me, and I was already used to stringed instruments like the guitar, so it wasn't a very long step from there to
So
learn
why
how
haven't
to
you
play
been
the
playing
violin.
the guitar?
I've been trying to make money using photography.
You see? And you are here encouraging photographers outside. You are not investing in what you love.
You don't know that even when pastor is preaching to themselves.
Pastor is even preaching to himself.
Pastor is preaching to themselves. And, you don't have many advice. I'm giving someone advice, and I'm giving myself the advice.
Exactly.
While I'm giving the person the advice. So yeah, it's good. So I think that's pretty much everything. We've gone over everything. Mofe has been amazing. Thank you so much, Mofe.
Next time you should play the guitar session to end. There should be, there's this thing they
God.
usually do, like a sound that they used to end.
We can just download it and put it now.
No, you have to be giving us guitar sessions in the
I can't
morning.
play again. It have to.
If you had played the guitar now, I'd have just sang, Just release one album.
Okay.
We don't know anything now is content.
You know that I'm going to have you again, so maybe the next time.
Yes, I'm coming back again.
So thank you, Mofe. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode of Mofe and I Just Gisting. We still don't have a name for the podcast. We want to call it the Grey Corner, but the corner is not really grey. We have a new set we're building, but this should be a point. Like, I know that if I didn't start today, we'll probably keep
So I think they should
postponing.
all suggest, give us names.
Yeah, I asked
on
them
comment
already.
section.
They gave me some comments.
What were they saying?
I have to go and check again, but
He wasn't entering.
some of them were not encouraging. I love you guys.
I love you guys, please. Be nice.
But
Make it strong.
this podcast is sponsored by Camera Joint. Thank
He's
you,
a good guy.
Thank you, Camera Joints. The Camera Joints is your number one store in Nigeria for camera products. You can get the pod mics, the cameras, the lights, every single thing we're using here with Camera
Yep.
Joints. Yeah, and they have amazing customer service. So check them out on Instagram, and yeah, you'll be fine. Okay. Thank you, Mofe. It was lovely having you.
Thank you.
We can't wait to have you again.
Yes, with food from
From that place, Ibile.
Ibile. If you eat that food.
Ibile is not paying me money, please. I'm not sponsoring them.
Sorry, Ibile. We can't do this for you.
But their food was good and we enjoyed it.
Yes, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I can't wait to have the next person. But quickly before we go, let me just ask you one question. Island or mainland?
Mainland! Please don't go to the island. This is a fan.
Is it a fast? It's a lie.
It's a lie.
But the clients are there now.
They will come to you. No, I'm serious. They will come to you. I don't want to say I regretted it. I don't want to say I regretted going to the island. But I just realized that there's not much difference.
There's not much difference.
Stay on the mainland.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Bye.
Bye.